Go into the world and sing cha-cha music. You are blessed. You are blessed. Only long and gone and I'm really ringing. Only when moto my baby, because nothing good comes easy. Moto my baby. Moto my baby. Only long and gone and I'm really ringing. Only when moto my baby, because nothing good comes easy. Moto my baby. Moto my baby. Back your abunda. Moto my baby. Black banateme. Moto my baby. Not searching for this life. Moto my baby. Moto my baby. Back your abunda. Moto my baby. Black banateme. Moto my baby. Not searching for this life. Moto my baby. Moto my baby. For this life, put your mind there. Put your mind there. Put your mind there. I'm gonna tell me, put your mind there. For succeed for this life, put your mind
Okay, I want to think that we'll end here with Tata Kinge saying that do my prophet no harm, and I believe that the IG is the prophet of the people of Ambazonia. The IG is not an individual, neither is the IG an ordinary group. It is a government of the people of Southern Cameroons, a legitimate government that is quoted at the international level. That is the only body that I can mention in my national telegraph. I call it my national telegraph. That is my property, it's my business, because I recognize it as the government of the people of Southern Cameroons. I'm talking in this case as national telegraph, as an independent reporter. It's the same government that the Voice of America, the BBC, and the rest will refer to it as a self-proclaimed government, because that is the right word to use as a reporter. And so, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, you know, this activism thing is a task that God has given us, and it's like you ask yourself that how is it possible that a poor man in a very interior village would raise 13 children? How is it possible that a poor man will have his children tomorrow become very rich? Because each time God gives you a task, God gives you a way to complete that task. And that has been the ultimate duty of the Lord, our God, because he understands exactly that, you know, when there is a growing interest and a growing level of prosperity in your domains, you attract more enemies, you attract more critics. So you have to stay poised and committed, because I take example with my case. For those who know me way back when I started National Telegraph, I had a lot of opposition from even the people in Manu themselves, all the ministers and the rest. They opposed me. They were looking for me to kill me. Although surprisingly today some people link me with them, but those were the people who considered me as the greatest of their enemies. Because if you ask the people like Honorable Ayapo Abine, I've been to Akwaya, and I was one of the first journalists to have made a phone call when the MTN first installed mobile network in Akwaya. And so I was there with Ayapo, and a lot of things that he knows about us, because I covered an event where he actually had an issue about chieftains. So I don't want to go into all of those things, but increasingly, because people were trying to reject the truth that I was writing as National Telegraph, and every one of them tried to fight me, but I did not fight back. I was only writing the truth. As a matter of fact, I was assaulted many times. My dresses were torn in bars, like Enga Alexander, one principal of Bodam at the time, attacked me. The mayor of Manfe attacked me and followed me up, tried to hit me with a car, ran to the state council's office. The same thing with Agbomola Akware, who attacked me at the bridge when I was traveling to visit my family. He hit me. I didn't fight back. I always run. And because I knew that, you know, I would not fight, because I was not supposed to fight. All those things happened for many, many months and all of those. And my family was in Manfe, and God protected them. I had opposition from politicians in Fako, from Meme, everywhere, because National Telegraph was writing only the truth, because that is the principle that my dad taught me to stand by. You know, my mother, though from a royal family, one of the wealthiest in the whole of Manu, people who know, decided to get married to my father, you know, a petty trader from Kendem village. And my mother used to grow Igbo cocoa, and they brought it to me in school while I was in Widikum. She left, abandoned her family, and then went to concentrate on seeing how she was going to raise her family. You know, I've learned a lot in life, and that is why, because I come from a semi-humble background, let me put it that way, because my mother's family was very well-to-do and my father's family was average. But we left a legacy where we understood that every child of my father had to fight for their own subsistence, for their own existence. It was not about a family property. That is why, for those who know me, each time I go to the village, Kendem, I will never sleep in my father's family or in our family house. Never. I will either pay a hotel at Atikaman or I sleep at my uncle somewhere or with friends, but I will never go to the family house, because I believe that you have the right to actually build your own resources. The same thing when I went to my mother's village. I didn't go to my grandfather's house. As a matter of fact, my grandfather is the first Manu man to have installed a public a flushing toilet, for those who know him, because he worked as a senior service staff at CDC at the time. He was in charge of the CDC in Tikwa and all of those. I don't want to give details about all of those things. This is not talking about myself. I'm just trying to build up a circumstance leading to my discuss. You see, I have learned over time that prosperity is defined by a man's determination to make his own money. You see, I can will some of my things to my children in the future, but they will learn to work their own money. When I went to Manfe and started selling papers with my legs, I knew where I was going to, because at the time there was no newspaper in Manfe. In fact, I created history as the first Manu son to have established a paper in Manu. I'm coming to what I'm coming. I want to explain something to you. You see, it suffices for everybody to understand that the phenomenon of a man, where you leave your legacy, is based on your personal efforts. Samuel Eto'o made his name not because his mother played for him or his father or his relative, because he played for himself. As a matter of fact, the only one way you can have a name in life is to consider life like a football match. Like any player is responsible for creating their names in football. Lionel Messi did not have his father play for him. Cristiano Ronaldo, Fat Nine Gaucho, Ronaldinho, you know, you can name the player, Rooney, and all of those players, they didn't have their fathers or family members played for them. I understood life as a principle of football. And that is why I didn't go back to my background to think that I can have help from a family member. You see, in order for you all as Ambazonians to understand the necessity of this revolution, you must treat it as a football game, where you look at your personal endeavors to foster the global connectivity of our revolution. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, you see, the light of sincerity and the absolute aspect of obscuring yourself from the consistent nature of thinking that you must be in charge is the only thing that can serve you and can give you respect. You see, humility is not the absence of telling people the truth. Humility is actually just as it is humility. Jesus Christ is and remains the most humble man on earth, but he remains the only man who probably spoke truth to power with proficiency and efficiency. And definitely, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, this show is an impromptu, but I'm happy that a lot of you would come to understand after today the reason why I maintain the lane of Eric TATAW, and I want to stay aloof from the politics of either the IG or other persons, because it is important for me to play this very essential role to defend the revolution, since everybody has not got the opportunity to talk on Facebook. We talk on Facebook not based on the fact that we are the best. It's simply because it's a privilege. As a matter of fact, when you listen or read the poetic, poetic formation of the beautiful ones are not yet born, it is going to give you a knowledge of exactly what that means. Listen, you see, I have learned all of these things, and to believe in yourself, it is the most essential thing. To believe that you can start making things happen. You can start impacting people's life positively. You can start fighting for people from your own little corner. It gives you an idea of what life is, ladies and gentlemen. You see, I grew up as a young man who believed in entrepreneurship. I believe in the fact that I can make my own money, make my own name, define myself. I'm not believing in the fact that I can take advantage of a vulnerable people, or I can want to manifest my power based on the people's weaknesses. Let me tell you something. I spent 21 days at the central prison in Boya. I was remanded by a Bangwa woman called Madame Chibili Agnes. She remanded me. I remember very well my son, Terry, was just few months. My wife had just given birth. And I was set up by a group of guys. Today, I cannot say because I have a lot of control over forces on the ground, I should send somebody to go and avenge because somebody set me up. No, I protect everybody. Because it is a God's given power that as soon as I start misusing it, I'm going to go down. Now, I've learned all of these things across the globe, and I believe that the only way a man can assert his authority is by ensuring that he preaches justice, he preaches peace, he preaches concern about other people's life. Fellow Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians, I get up every morning because I can't post those pictures because Facebook will block me that it is against community and stuff like that. Even on the website, there are some pictures I can't post because it's against policy. I get up every morning. I see corpses. I see burnt down villages. I see people crying. I receive reports about refugees in Nigeria. I see our mothers in the bushes. I see girls talking to me, Brother TATAW, the military just raped me. I see people crying, others saying that, brother, my wife is going to give birth. Can you send me 10,000? And I'll call my friend, one of my friends in New York, that bro, send this money, the person 10,000 because he has mobile money. You see, I listen to all these people. And each time I listen to them, it gives me the strength to fight. The truth is that no one Ambazonian has the mandate to speak for any other person but themselves. But they have the mandate by acclamation because the people, through public opinion and the Facebook ideologies, endorse people. People are being endorsed based on that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the crossroad, a crucial stage in this revolution where I said before, and I'm still going to tell everybody that I can't cry, but I can still cry. And if I cry, it's not based on a weakness. It's based on the fact that I am touched by the fact that people have decided to be wicked to themselves. If you said all this confusion, you're not being wicked to the Ambazonian people. Because God has mandated a certain Eric TATAW to talk to them, to make them understand where they are supposed to stand. I have vowed that I am never going to do conspiracy theories against people in my life. That I'm never going to say that X, B, Y, Z, you are this when you are not. I can only condemn the things that I think you're doing wrong or right. The truth is that before man and God, we understand that we are being killed every day. It's a passionate thing that we see the level of the frustration of our people that is being designed by La République du Cameroon to break their resolve and make them give up, to make them denounce the war, the revolution. But these people for 3 years, they are being killed. Their properties are being burnt. But they have said they are going to fight on. Why is it that the diaspora is confusing them? Why some in the diaspora? Why? Let me tell you something. I feel very terrible because people don't understand what is happening. Okay, I'll just play a video. Just a minute. I'll play another video.
These are Cameroonian refugees at the Secretariat office. Cameroonian refugees at the Secretariat office trying to get their humanitarian gesture.
Okay, in fact, that video is long. You see, these are refugees. The other video was in the night. Deep in the night, they were trying to get food. They don't have food to eat. These are southern Cameroonians. Okay, none of them can receive this video because they have not put in place. I'm talking about a lot of these people who talk on Facebook and make a lot of noise because they are not ready to sacrifice their resources to get to these people. Like I was just talking with this shaker stringer who got this stuff to me, and he's going to go to Ogoja and other areas where they are doing all of these things. Brothers and sisters, I want you to remember one thing. Remember one thing, that only you can save yourself. When I saw what the APNC read, I didn't object because it wasn't my position to at the time. But I look at all the carnage that's going on. I look at everything. They are burning villages every day. Look at what happened in Balikumba. They have moved. They went to Ndonga Manto. They are doing burnings and killings in all our counties, across simultaneously. And I understand that some of these people, now I address myself to the guys of the APNC. You see, there is one thing we must learn in life. Ambazonians, listen very attentively. I'll try to see if I can get to Mr. Evis commenter while we talk. I called Mr. Evis commenter, who is chairman of SCNC South or North America, one of those. I called him. I'm expecting him because we're supposed to have this call together. Okay, I'm going to hope he's going to call me back. He's surely in class or something. And this is what Mr. Evis commenter told me. He said to me that, Tato, I am as shocked as you are that he doesn't know where they got the fact that he said that they are dissolving the IGO, they are putting Sako or Dr. Sako on administrative leave. He said he doesn't understand. In fact, at the time that I was calling him, he told me that Tapang Ivo was calling him and that he's not going to pick the call because Tapang lied, that he said that Dr. Sako misused 1.3 million US dollars. And he said for 1 year, Tapang has never called him, but because Tapang has lied using his name, Tapang is trying to call him. So he doesn't understand why Tapang is calling. That's what Mr. Evis Kometa told me. So you can imagine the levels. There's somebody who doesn't care, who sees that people are still alive, but he can use their names to lie, and he doesn't care because he hopes that nobody will come and talk about it so that he can just remember it's the truth. Now, the people of the APNC, I think you should have learned something from Gabon, from the coup d'etat. A coup d'etat is always supported by the people. Let me explain why I say so. I'll give you a case study. Zimbabwe. That's the easiest case study. That is so recent, so glaring. Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, the coup d'etat in Zimbabwe succeeded because of the people. Because of the people. We all love change, but change must be genuine, classical, and democratic. Even a coup d'etat in Zimbabwe was democratic. What I mean by democracy, I didn't mean that it was democratic because it was voted, but because the population supported, they didn't want Mugabe anymore. But those of you in the APNC, 25 of you, you look at the people, Ambazonian people in their faces, and you go and you are reading some cacophony in the name of others. If the APNC were genuine, you should have proposed solutions and give it to activists, explain to them, let us see where we can fit it. You go there, there is a zero representation of the people of Southern Cameroons. I want to ask all those, listen, quote me anywhere, my name is Eric TATAW. I use my mandate as a pressman to describe the attendees of the APNC as, I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to describe them, but they have their place in the worst adjective in the dictionary or somewhere. Let me explain something to you. Till date, a conference or convention that involved the people, that was announced many months and had rounds on social media with a lot of debates, did not have even 1 billionth representation of the Ambazonian people. It was indeed a comedy show. I looked at it and I laughed my jaws out. Till date, we do not know the organizers of the APNC, but the APNC was so quick to reach a nonsensical resolution affecting the government of the people. That is not our concern. Listen, let me tell you something as a communicator par excellence that I am. The lifespan of a rumor or gossip is a maximum of 7 days. I'll give you 2 examples. You see the APA saga, it has disappeared. Nobody's talking about APA, but I only remember because I'm a press man. You remember APA, the way it got very hot on social media? It disappeared because it was just some normal thing. You remember the Monono stuff, the naked picture, it disappeared. The one about Minipat that was fake, it disappeared. You remember Pastor Africa, he's doing his thing, he's going, but the gossip, people, conspiracy theory, left and right. You see, Africa was 1, 2, 3 days. Are they talking about Africa again? No, it has disappeared. The only thing that stays is the mass church that is in South Africa. The church is still there because that's an institution. The IG, you only talk about the IG. After your opinion about the IG, if you are not a genuine person, it will last not less than 24 hours or 3 days. It will disappear, but the IG will stay. And now I want all these hypocrites, these power mongers, these buffoons, who have never contributed $1 to this revolution. I want you to remember one thing that Eric TATAW, I'm telling all of you who attended that so-called APNC, that fake conference, I want you to remember that the confusion you're trying to create and the social media unbalance and the disturbances that you're created on social media, the people's blood are going to haunt you. You go to Philadelphia, you make a resolution. They are killing our people. They are burning down our houses. The government is setting up Ambazonian fighters, and people are constituting themselves into kidnappers and rubbishing the image, corroding the image of the revolution. You will not make a disclaimer or talk about burning down houses or talk about things that will affect the republic. You are busy passing a resolution on a thing that is infinitesimal, that is not important. I publish hardcore stories with evidence, pictures, and proofs. None of you would ever share on your wall or take and say, this is the only person who shares my stuff to international community is Barrister Bobala. I've seen evidences because it's a credible source. They kill people. You don't condemn La Republique for killing our people, for burning down schools. You heard a story about the Sase issue where the military disguised and went and warned people to send children out of Sase. APNC will not even have the courtesy to talk about those very important things that will affect La Republique. You're busy you're mongering for power. Excuse me, who do you want to control? Me, Eric TATAW, or these 8 million Ambazonians who are watching here? What is your portfolio? All of you 25 or 28 who went to the APNC. Who are you? Where are you from? Who are you representing even your village? If you are not a bunch of criminals, thieves, and imposters, do you represent Manu, Indian, Kupe, Maninguba, Meme? Where do you represent? I want to know your representation. From all of you who went to APNC, I want to know which county you represent or head of which country you are. Listen, let me tell you something. This is an issue of the life of a country and the life of 10 million people that you guys think because you're so frustrated with Dr. Sako or Chris Anu, you can want to jeopardize the life of people because you have so much hatred for two persons. Let me tell you people something. The IG is not Dr. Sako. It will never be. The IG was never His Excellency Siseko Ayokabe Jesus. That is why when he went to jail, he actually gave it over. And people, he said it. You should be so confused, so sickening. Listen, the Federal High Court Abuja passed a very important verdict you people could not mention in the APNC. This platform raised money that was sent to Barrister Fu Johnson, and part of that money made a success in Abuja because part of that money was used to pay some bills to Barrister O, who came to Cameroon, to Yaoundé, to La Republique, and brought the special document from the United Nations. I've been on phone 24/7 with Barrister Falana. I've tried to call people from the Ministry of Justice in Nigeria. I'm calling people, what is your contribution? What is your contribution? You should tell me what you're contributing. Show me how you're paying bills for our refugees. Tell me how you're taking care of some lawyers. Tell me how you're helping the displaced people in your county or in your village. Tell me your contribution. I can tell all of you what I'm contributing. Start from there and then you call yourself a PNCist. I mean, let me tell you something. You see, the act died naturally and groups from the act are trying to make supremacy. The act is dead. Now you came to scope. Scope probably is not moving. And to think that over 90% of the people of the APNC, they are scopers. I think that is a problem. I don't have any problem with Milan. I've never spoken ill about Milan because I don't have any evidence to speak ill about him. But some people say he's behind the APNC, which is a fact that I cannot verify. So I cannot base my assumption on rumors. I only talk for those who have seen there. And you think somebody like Nick Santos will call me and tell me he's going to fuck me up. And he ended up fucking himself up because he committed a crime against the state of Maryland. When he leaves Philadelphia and comes to Maryland, I'm going to put him up according to the law. This whole nonsense got to stop. And some of these people think that this revolution is about their personal interest. Let me tell you, I want you to know one thing. The IG is going to stay. And stay, the IG will stay forever. None of you will deserve that IG. So long as at now, Eric TATAW stands to be the biggest voice in this revolution. I will protect that institution because that is the right thing to do. It is a government of the people, and if this platform is backed by the people of Ambazonia, I will not follow some misled 25 group of selfish individuals who think that out of their pockets, they will probably refill. Tell me what contributions you made from the APNC. I went to the small crowd that came to the people to support the poor of Bafut. We raised over $20,000. Went to Chicago, raised $25,000. Here in Washington, D.C., the same conferences or matches were done across the world. Only in Washington, D.C., did you hear that 40,000 was raised by Eric TATAW? Only in Washington, D.C. On the 5th of January, where else did they raise money? Where else did they raise money? In London? All the people who left London and came to the APNC, could you not have raised money on behalf of Siseko? If you're so trusted, why did you raise money? That is the question I'm asking you. Let me tell you something. See, enough is enough. Forget them. They don't exist, and they will never exist. They're just looking for relevance that they don't have. Tell me your village. All of you there. Santos, where is your village? Do you represent your village? Are you even representing your family? Some of them don't, they don't even want to see some of them in their families. So you don't have even a representation in your village. You want to come and represent 8 million people with fake people, 25 people. You go to Philadelphia, you spend money on flight when there are refugees there. I will go to the conference that the IG will organize because that is my government. That is my government. I will not go to, I can go to individuals. I was at funerals over the weekend. But I cannot have some group of selfish individuals. Listen, the APNC, if you brought out those resolutions and the manner in which you took them, if you presented them in a good manner, we would have taken them. That at least for benefit of the doubt. Let's look at these suggestions, how it can help the IG. Not that you come and you start reading some things that we have declared. You who? On behalf of who? Let me say this very clearly. I want everyone Ambazonian who is watching me at this moment to distinguish my support and patriotism to that body, that government, that institution called the IG, to the other people. All the activists, from Joshua Carr to Mark to Scott to Sister Kemi, all of them, they will know, every one of them, Atanga Achiri, they know that in the meetings with the IG, I'm the person that Dr. Sako and Secretary Chris don't want to cash. I even had a query with Solomon and Mambo who was defending Secretary Chris about the TV. So there is nobody who can come and tell me that I'm protecting the Dr. Sako and Secretary Chris. No, I'm protecting our IG, your IG. See, if Dr. Sako has a claim, first of all, the IG never raised 1.3 million. I don't know where that figure is coming from because the official figure that I took was 700. So somebody simply multiplies the money by 2 because he wants to confuse people. And Mr. Evis commentator said, listen, this is what he said. He said he is not part of that APNC. In fact, he told Barrister Bobga and the rest that they should not talk anything concerning the IG. Because I asked Mr. Evis commentator that how, even if the Restoration Council, yes, Restoration Council can put Dr. Sako on leave. He can do that. They can put him on a hold because that is the council. It's like the Senate here in America. They can ask the president, they can impeach the president. So the Restoration Council can do that. But the fact that the APNC people were taking that advantage because Mr. Evis commentator went there. Mr. Evis commentator went there, asked somebody of the SCNC to go and look what is happening. And all of them, they told the people of the APNC that, please, don't talk anything about the IG. But what happened? Barrister Bobga and the rest, they went on. You are reading things about the IG. It ends with that paper and that live show. It ends there. It ends there. Listen, that is why in life, everybody needs endorsement. I will never endorse it. I told all of you there, I told Nick Santos to his face. I told even the other Mr. John who called me that the APNC is porous, is diabolic. I will not endorse it. I will not endorse it. That's what I'm saying. If the AK campaign were bad, I would not have endorsed it. But I endorse only the things that I think will serve the people of Ambazonia. That is it. So we don't have time with all these cheap gossips, left, right, center. What is APNC? What is your contribution? All of you single yourself on and attend that thing 1-1. Show me that you don't contribute. Bring every money you don't ever help some person for the revolution, Marcian. Show me, Marci. One way don't help some person. Is it not madness that I just go all of a sudden, when I go talk against Secretary Chris, but now that for Voice of America, it defend Ambazonia. When I go talk about you, all 25 put together and I talk one say that man talk. Yes, Secretary Chris get excesses where I don't always condemn him. But now go talk say they dissolve the IG communication. This is APNC now who? Now APNC create IG for can dissolve IG. A group of 25 people. What is their representation? First of all, okay, APNC for having given at 10 people. But if they get public acclamation, say, we agree, say, yes, the APNC will endorse them. If the people endorsed it, you have power over the IG. But you don't have endorsement. It's not like the 3 soldiers who went and took a radio in Gabon. After they read the news, what happened? Nobody catch them, the story end. Was a fair coup in Gabon. That's how APNC is existing. APNC should have taken lessons from Gabon and compared with Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe succeeded because the people supported them. That's why you saw the military was jubilating with the people in the streets. But if the people still wanted Mugabe, that could not for work. Even crocodile not for do nothing. It's the same like Gabon. Gabon, they went there, 3 of them. They went there now. They have taken power. As when I just saw APNC, I said, oh, another Gabon failed coup. Failed. You people should learn. You cannot go. Listen, there is no way you can actually think that you can work without the people. Listen, I can do a coup d'etat if I have interest in power. I can tell the people that, okay, listen, this is bad, this is this. But I've told the people that we have to support this IG. Because you have to look at, explain yourself to the people. You do not make any explanation, nothing, and then you come and say that the IG this. Put who on whose hold? On which hold? Who are you? I'm asking the people of the APNC, like who? You represent who? Me? Or my village, Kendewa Komot? Or my mommy village? Or my county, Manu? Who are you? That's the question I'm asking. Who are you representing? How do you talk for me when I didn't send you to represent me? Remember my live show yesterday on AKs? One of our mothers called and said, he's representing Willie. I said, no, there's nothing like represent. This is Manu. You talk for the poor Manu, not the group of somebody. No, we don't have that thing here. So people must understand. Listen, let me tell you something. We have won this fight. And as I'll tell everybody, some people were complaining about the AK campaign that because Mark is there. I said, no, forget it. Mark is an honest man with this campaign. It's just that some people are trying to poison people's mind about all these other leaders. Mark has no control, just like me. It is a matter of 13 counties. So we are calling on all Ambazonians to support. In fact, yesterday, 3 people already called me that where is the account? They want to put $2,000 each. I told them that no, wait. The account will presented here, maybe over the weekend on Friday by Reverend Asong and other persons will present the account here. We are going to win this fight. That is why you see that the Republic has infiltrated some of them. They are now giving alternative measures. That the AK is the... Okay, let me show you something. 1 minute. Let me show you something real quick. They say, let me go here. I think we have to be consistent in our beliefs. Not because people think that they can just come and talk. Everybody's talking left, right. Okay, take for example. Where is this flyer? Let me go to it. While I'm trying to pull that out, I want to also take the opportunity to let all of you know I'm happy that some women have already declared that they are not going to take part in the march past on May 8th or March 8th. But I also want every Southern Cameroonian who is watching at this time to tell your mothers, brothers, and sisters that March 8th is bound. So it's going to be ghost town. Nobody, there should be no march. Listen, no March 8th is going to hold. We have 7, our leaders are going to court. And so we are going to stand with them. And it's a ghost town on that day that Seseko is going to court. After that day, immediately after that day is 8th of March, which is a ghost town. No woman is allowed to go to the field to go and march for an event. That is an opportunity for us to boycott so the international community should know our intentions. So we do not want anybody. I'll pull that out. Let me get the flyer out real quick. Nobody is supposed to go out on the 8th of March. Please, Steve and the rest, Mommy Afo and all of you, inform your friends and tell them that we have said that 8th March is declared persona non grata in Southern Cameroon. And nobody is allowed to go out, no woman. I'm just getting information that some women of the task force, they were talking on High TV Cameroon, and they have said that they are not going to march, and that is a good measure. So nobody is allowed to go out on the 8th of March. Buy your food, because we'll only see you out after the 8th of March. So we don't want anybody out on the 8th of March. Now, I want to say something before I pull out this flyer about the AK campaign, about the IG and all this restructuring stuff. The point is that, that's why I always tell people that this platform is ordained by God because you people support it. You remember what I said about the reform in the IG? Dr. Sako, I will still blame him in this case. He's our president, but the issue is that he didn't take my advice seriously. I said it in private, and I still told all Ambazonians here in public that there is a need for the IG to be reformed. I've said it many times because I'm against some people in the IG who are so negative, and they have to be kicked out. We have to have a representation of the IG. All the major positions will be occupied by people from various counties. Dr. Sako should publish us a list of his cabinet. Let's look at them and do background check because we don't even know some of the people who are in the IG. They are only there in the background. So let us look at who is there and what they do so that we can make our proposals as activists, as the people of the public. So this is where Dr. Sako failed, because he refused to listen to some of our advice. We are not saying that we are imposing on the government, but the government must look at what the people are saying. Vox Populi, Vox Dei. We always make candid proposals to ensure that we assist the government in trying to close up the gap so that some of these people will not come and be making noise left, right, center. So that is where the IG failed, because the IG should have reformed by now. All those people who are there, they are complaining about people that they are doing this, they are doing that. You're supposed to bring them out and say, okay, this is your government, this is what we have done, and all of those things. So it is important for the IG to know that the reform is necessary. Now, with that said, there is an issue about money. And I have said that I'm not going to comment about money yet, because I spoke with Secretary Tabenyan Brado. I spoke with him. I even put an AGC people on a conference call with Secretary Tabenyan. We were asking issues about money. And there's a lot that people have not understood, that people will see that they are taking figures and they are analyzing. Whereas in a government where you work in another country, there's a way that you quote figures. You quote expenses so that you cannot be held by the law. And if somebody comes and is trying to analyze things that he doesn't know, because if you see somebody who comes and tells you that AK is $300 because he wants to set confusion, you begin to understand that person is only diabolic. Somebody has not called a vice commentator for 1 year and is only calling now because he has lied, the way he lied about Milan talking with him and the scope came and distanced themselves. How is it possible that you begin to listen to that kind of person? Take, for example, yesterday, I was talking with the family of Mr. Franklin Ngwa, who was kidnapped. I spoke with them. I spoke with them for more than 15 hours or 24 hours before his picture started going on Facebook. I had his picture. If I show you when I had his picture of Mr. Franklin Ngwa, I spoke with him. They gave me contacts. I called right to the camp where they were holding the Franklin Ngwa man that they claim that is with the governor. He works with the governor. These are the kind of information that some people put out there to compromise the lives of people. Because if you say that somebody works with the governor as economic or whatever advisor, when you have not verified, you are telling those fighters that kill that man, if at all they are truly fighters who arrested him. Kill that man, he's governor's man. Whereas that man's family is crying, the mother is crying, family members are crying. The man has something that does in the governor's office as a normal civil servant. Of course, we have said that people should not work, that is true. But you can't take a man's life and you do propaganda to get respect and prestige and push your cause ahead. Nobody does that. That man is somebody's father, is somebody's mother. Yes, he works in the governor's office, but he's not what he has been described by all other journalists that are writing. I saw people writing on their walls that this man is special advisor, this. If you have information, you are supposed to verify. Ask this man's family, get the man's portfolio. Do not just base on what you are hearing left, right, center. Let us be very clear with you, fellow Southern Cameroonians. I received a call. I called the camp and I spoke with the boys who held him. They said they need 2 AKs. That's what they told me. I said, okay, leave that man to go, you will receive AKs. They said, no, you will keep him here until you send AKs. That is because those boys, they are part of those infiltrators within FACO. And the people who got that man's picture from his laptop, because they took 3 laptops from the man's house, and they have been beating the man and passing this message to those fighters that I have spoken to you in private, and you have refused to respect simple, consensual orders that leave that man and your problems will be looked into. It means you are not for this revolution, because there is no fighter in FACO that can call and intervene in a matter that will not listen. Fomban has called all of those people, but they have not listened, because the group is in FACO, but it is one of those kind of groups that do not belong to the FACO county, and that's why we say that everybody should be in a county. Now, people are already on Facebook lying that they have captured somebody, whatever, a governor's office and all of those things, because they want to get prestige. It's so terrible, because I spoke with the man in question, Mr. Franklin. I spoke with him, and I told him I was going to do everything necessary for him to be released. So I'm urging those people who are holding that man to release him without ceasing, without any further hesitation. Their family has already paid over 100,000. I don't know who they are. I don't know if it is La République du Cameroon that has hired those boys to do that. But whatever they are, let them listen to my voice, and this is a voice of good conscience. That Eric TATAW, I have condemned in earnest the kidnapping and the demanding of ransom by any Ambazonian fighter. That is why no Ambazonian fighter has ever and will kidnap somebody to actually ask for ransom. So we don't know which group is doing those things, and we want to constantly distance ourselves from those kind of persons. If a man takes a man's picture and put on Facebook and say that is this or the governor's office, and that same man, the message is already going around that his kidnappers are asking for 25 million, which is true. It means that that man is telling the world that they, who are also part of Ambazonia, they have kidnapped that man and they're asking 25 million, which means a ransom taking stuff. And we must come out to distance ourselves from people like that. Those are the same people who will put out our pictures when we are fighting for people to respect the laws of Ambazonia. But they go about kidnapping people and asking for 25 million. Those people are not Ambazonians, and I must make this fact very clear. However, I want to insist that we know who has posted that picture first. And the family of Mr. Franklin who is listening to me, should anything happen to your brother, hold TATAW Ivo and his camp responsible. They have taken responsibility for kidnapping your brother, your father, your mother. You have the right to sue him according to United States law. If he knows anything about that man, he should call for the man's immediate release. We will not, and we have not been kidnapping our people and demanding ransoms. So anybody who is doing that, the person should be sure about the fact that everybody, as a matter of fact, must put hands on deck and ensure that kidnapping stops in our revolution. TATAW Ivo, you claim responsibility for kidnapping a man, a family man, and they are asking for 25 million. I've spoken with them, and the fighters refuse to release the man. It means that you have a hand in it, and should that man suffer anything, any losses, I will urge the family to come to the United States and sue you for that. So ensure that you return that man back to his family safely. This is an open call, and will not tolerate any of you who go about kidnapping people asking for ransom. 25 million, that is crazy. At a time when people are dying, people don't have source of income, everybody is managing to survive, you kidnap a family man and you're asking for 25 million. I want the international community to know that the interim government of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, and of course this platform, we use this opportunity to condemn that act that has been done by the ADF, because the spokesman has claimed the responsibility. In the past, I have called Cho Ayaba in the backwaters, Kayaka, and other members of the ADF when their fighters would do such heinous crimes, and I advise them, and those people are released, and it never goes on social media. But since you have a scalawag of a spokesman, a man whose mouth is leaking like diarrhea, who talks things he knows nothing about, and since he has claimed responsibility, I will assist the family of Mr. Franklin Ngwa to ensure that should their brother be killed or anything happen to them, you have known who kidnapped your brother is TATAW and his gang, and let them release him now, because we Southern Cameroonians, we will never ever ask for ransom, we will never kidnap our citizens. We can only arrest people for questioning, and that fact is clear. The AGC must take responsibility to release that man now, because I received the picture of that man, I received the call from the family. Even today, I was on call with Fomban and one close friend to the man and a family member, where we're trying to see how we can arrange for their release, talk to the boys who are holding them, but they are insisting on the thing that I have never known in my life. They will tell you a situation that happened in Gabon recently where they intimidated somebody to pay. In fact, fighters collected 900,000 from a family that was going to bury a corpse. And immediately I called Siseko Akat in Germany and Siseko Gaspari in Norway, and the lady who was in charge here in the United States. Were four of us on the conference call, and I pushed to the fact that that money must be reimbursed and those fighters disciplined. And immediately those fighters reimbursed that money, and they were disciplined never to do that. This is the idea we must have, because we must save our revolution from savages and from criminals and from crooks and from people who are turning this into a Facebook drama and live show. We must save our people from all this nonsense, from criminals and gangs that have been banned. Because this revolution is not about the people, it's not about a people, it's about the people of Ambazonia. We must understand that this is a matter of urgency, and we are condemning in earnest, like just what the soldiers have done in Sase. Nobody has come out to condemn. They leave it to Eric TATAW, but if it were something else, you see all of them crying all over Facebook. We will not tolerate anybody who would at any time, at any moment, actually try to tamper with the integrity of this revolution. Now, let me be clear. Let me be clear to all of you people that it is a matter of do or die. All Ambazonians who are watching me at this time from any part of the world, you have the right to serve your revolution. And I want to tell you all that the National AK campaign that I endorse, it is a super highway to our freedom. And like you already know, some of you have called me. Please, take this as a challenge. Steve and the rest, all of you. Once this account of the National AK campaign is made public by Reverend Asong, if we have the first 1 week or 2 weeks, when we have $100,000 in that account, all these people who are making noise, they will shut up. La Republic will know that there's a game change. Take, for example, this is the AGC. This is a flyer that the AGC shared some time ago. Okay, the AGC shared this flyer. It's on the wall, on the official Changshu page. This, you go there, you see it. They put one AK. They put AK at $1,815. That's AGC. You see? AGC. The same AGC that Tapang Aibo, the lying criminal who have stolen our money, we are going to sue him for that. They put out there that it's 1,800. That's it. Which of course is true. That's the average price of an AK. $1,800 on the website of the AGC. So, you see how the boy is so stupid, so dull. He knows only how to steal. Now he forgets that they have put that on their website. Then he comes to set confusion that one AK is only $400. That anybody who is telling you any other thing is a lie. They know how to buy it cheap. It's Pache who knows. Okay, Pache, we want to do business with you. I want you to buy AK. Show me your face. Let me know who you are. How do you want to buy AK? Well, don't even know if you take your money and disappear. So you are hiding behind a fake profile, making audios, insulting people, but you want people's money to buy AK, a ghost. Do I need to come to a cemetery to deal with you before I know that you're Pache? No, let us be sincere. You people, some of you in the AGC or whatever, I've told Dr. Cho Ayaba, whatever, that if you want to get any face out in this revolution to be looked at something, the first major reform for you to do in the AGC is to sack Tapang. Remove him because he's dating your name every day. I can even hope that I want to deal with you. How will I deal with you when you have a criminal as your spokesperson? A man that has stolen money from left, right, center, and all of that. So, how do we deal with you, Dr. Cho? How do you want to come back to this revolution when you have an agent provocateur, a conspiracy theorist? How do you want a saboteur who is going to work with you, Dr. Cho? I'm asking you now in public. Sack Tapang and then come, we start talking. We can collaborate at the level of social media, fairness, and then we move to other forms. If Dr. Cho has diplomatic things that he wants to do, I can ask Ambazonians to, okay, let him show the project, we raise money and give the AGC in that domain. Probably. Not that you have a criminal, an ordained criminal, a thief like Tapang Aibo, who has stolen. I'm saying, let him take me to any US court. I have the proofs. I have all here, all cash apps that people have been sending. I've sent more cash apps that Tapang took in the name of Red Dragon. He never gave the money. And that's a person who comes on Facebook, is talking about accounts, where he has not even his own account, a criminal, a bomb thief, a Nikompuk, a half book. He comes, he's making noise. A man who has never written a full journalism article is talking about people who are writing articles. And Cho Ayaba, you keep him there, and you're talking about collaboration when you have a criminal. Who is going to collaborate with you when your spokesman is a thief? Listen, no, I don't want to consider that Cho is a criminal. I want to consider that he's a criminal because he has hired a criminal. So if he knows that he wants to ever think about collaboration, put Tapang out. Because that's a disease in this revolution. That's it. So you have somebody who says that AK is $400, but on your website you have it as $1,815. Means that you have been stealing from people. You have been stealing. So let us be objective. We don't have time for all these criminals. Ladies and gentlemen, I've told you, when the AK campaign starts, put your money in the account that I will read on this line. Yesterday I was in a meeting with some of our very strong brothers from Ohio. And I also expressed my consent to them. I expressed my consent. When Dr. Cho called me, Dr. Cho Ayabana, he called me, we spoke for 40 minutes. And I told him my problems, my worries. I listened to everybody. So, we cannot have, listen, anybody who is AGC, or you hide behind fake profiles, you do anything, you are wasting your time. Take for example, they did a fake audio about me burning down Kumba Hospital. Are you hearing it again? No. But Fu Johnson came and neutralized it. They did the same with the priest in Kembong. They did the same with the man in Indiana. But all those things are neutralized. But that's why I said that gossip is 3, 4, 5, 7 days maximum. But me, as a person who speaks the truth, I stand. That's it. So let us be clear with these people. We don't want to hear all this noise. We're going to give the account of the National AK campaign on Friday. I want you to trust the fact that when I say that, trust Mark Barita, because I talk with Mark. I disagree with Mark on issues, especially the way he tries to bring people in. That's Mark's style. Some of you can look at Mark like he's not straight. That's fine. That's your opinion. But Mark, to me, is straight. Listen, my name is Eric Tata. I'm always saying it. You can talk the way you want. I cannot discredit a brother because some people think that he's not straight. No. I cannot discredit him. Mark, to me, is a straight guy. He's somebody that I've worked with. I trust him. There are secrets that I've shared only with Mark, and I've not seen it elsewhere. And based on that, I think I can trust him. Based on that, I can trust him. Because I've shared secret with Mark that I've not gotten from anybody. The same way that I've also tried Ashu Kingsley. I shared secret only with Ashu Kingsley, and I've never seen it anywhere. That's how I trust people. I also have a friend that I've shared things with him. I will not see it anywhere. There are people that I have pictures. I say, okay, take this picture, put my logo there, and send to me because I'm busy. They send me the picture, they send my logo, and it stays for 10 months. I don't see the original picture outside. It means that they did not leak the picture. That's how you trust people. So we must understand this, that we are working as a team, and our leader in this team is Mark Barita, and we must respect him because he's not a leader in the sense that he's in charge of anything. No, it's because this is Mark's concept. It's Mark's idea, and I'm using my voice to call all of you, my followers, to trust the fact that I said that Mark is good, means he's good in this case. So do not get scared. If some people say that, why is Mark reporting APNC? It is Mark's right as a media organ to report anything. I did not report it because I don't have time for the meeting. It's not my concern. I was not given any agenda. I don't care about it. I have interest too. So we should be clear about all of these things. Support the APN, the idea of Mark, and forget about the fact that he published the APNC. We should be very, very, very steady with stuff like this. We must learn to be our brother's keeper. Mark Barita has proven to be one of the best in this revolution, because even though his friend that he started this thing with him is dancing and trying to pull him around, but he has stayed on the path with the people considerably. And we must accept this fact that no matter what we do, we understand that this young man too has been doing something great for the revolution. So please cancel any bad ideas you have about, so few of us. Mark understands that people have concerns about his approaches, but he also understands that you should also understand that he also has his own kind of way he's supposed to do things because he's an independent person. But increasingly he has come to understand that the people matter more. And you see that he's not talking about leaders anymore. So look at it. Mark has a good track record. It's not today that Mark Barita started this. And let us be very, very certain about the people who have made sacrifices. You don't expect me to come and say, oh, because people say Mark is this. No, Mark is just Mark Barita. I respect him. He's the father of all activists. He's the father of the AK campaign. And we must accept it. I cannot come and say that because this is an opportunity for me to come and say, you are the best, and you are the best, Eric, you are the best. Let me come and condemn Mark and remain the best. No, Mark is good. And that's the fact. Mark is good, and we must respect the fact that listen, let me tell you the truth. Mark is a leader. Mark Barita is a leader. He's a good guy. I don't know him from before, apart from UB, but I talk with Mark. We talk every day, and Mark listens. He's a good guy. He has his issues, but trust me, all of you who have differences with Mark because he's doing that, please put it aside. Take it from me. Well, if Mark is going astray, I'll come and tell people that no, this thing Mark is doing is not correct. Mark and I, I have blasted Mark on my show many times. But do not worry that he reported the APNC. Mark is not part of the APNC. Mark is just doing his own things. Okay, like it's the same way that when I report something from La Republique, some people can say, look, it's La Republique, that's why he's reporting a meeting from La Republique. No, it's because I'm trying to make my media organ to be global, so that anybody speaking should also trust that, no, this man does not just report things and stuff like that. But they are part of the APNC. I can report it. If I report the APNC, they will not like it. So it's better I should not report it, because I will say, my headline will be, why the APNC failed. Case study, the coup in Gabon vis-a-vis this. It is a truth, it's a story. But the APNC will not like it. So it's better for me to leave them because I can deal with them on this live show. That's it. So please, respect genuine ideas. Mark is good, he's good. Nobody can dispute that. Listen to him. He talks well. Sometimes he makes the mistake. You argue with him. But don't think that because you argue with him, it means that Mark is a bad guy. No, he's not. That's why Ambazonians, I understand your differences you have with Mark. But if you watch me, you're a sister. I don't know you in person, but you're contributing great in this revolution because you have your concerns about people who are trying to destroy the revolution. But Mark makes his mistakes. Some people are saying that Mark is, it's two-side collapse. But while that's true, sometimes your definition of two-side collapse because Mark is trying to be in the middle. But to say that this project that Mark is doing because he wants to bring Cho Ayaba and the rest in, it is not true. I'm in this project. So please, let's stay focused. And we want to remind all of you Southern Cameroonians that we have our opportunity to make our name. We have said it very carefully. We must. Nebo, Eric, what did you say? Well, I'll look at that comment. We'll talk it backstage though. So we must understand that we have a campaign that is in our hands. And we must support it because that is what's going to shut up everybody. See, you see, all of them, they are crying about this campaign because they want it to fail. So they want it to fail. Once they fail, once the campaign fails, they'll be happy. And just to let you know, you're not giving your money to Mark. You're not giving your money to Eric TATAW. You're not giving it to Reverend Asom. You're giving it to the Ambazonian people, represented by 13 counties. 13 counties. So your money is going to your county. We're making national so that there should be a channel where people should contribute. Listen, Mark is not sabotaging the IG. Mark is just the way he is. Listen, please, I'm not defending Mark. I don't have any reason to defend Mark. Mark and I, we have queried many times. You saw the audio that leaked. That's just to tell that Mark and I, I'm not begging Mark something or Mark is not begging something. We have been arguing. We have personal audio that we have exchanged, quarreling about IG, AGC stuff, and Mark will come and tell me that, bro, no, you are right. I'll tell him to him sometimes that, bro, you are right. That's how it is. So let us understand all of this, please. With that said, we have to disgrace all these people. Because the APNC came back with no dollar raised. They are not showing anything that they are going to do to help any refugee or anybody. Lawyers are going to court tomorrow. I can show you a text. I can quote the lawyer's name. I can show you a text that a lawyer sent to me, and I'm going to send the lawyer money from my pocket. So I can show you here on this thing. I can pull it out because it will not mean anything. Let me show you. Okay. This is my discussion with the lawyer. It's today. I'll show you. I think you cannot see the name. That's why I've coded. So he says that they are going to court tomorrow. Nothing for him. I can say, I will send you something. Send your mobile money. That is it. So it's from my pocket because you have to assist. You have to assist. You can call a lawyer, adopt a lawyer. Nobody has given me any money further for lawyers. There's one of our mothers in somewhere in California who said she was going to send $500 for lawyers. She sent. There was a problem. She took it back. She has not sent. When she sent, I'll come and announce, and then from there we'll move on. Now, before I end this show, I almost forgot. The people of FACO, we are supposed to have some money handed over to you. So all this while, I've not read the names of some people who send money on Cash App. So I'm going to read them now so that people should not say that I'm not seeing their money. Because Joshua Carr, Mola, the man of FACO, called me. So I'm going to read the names now for everybody who has sent. Let me go. Okay. Everybody who has sent, listen, please. Let me read the names. Let me go down here, right down. February 15 now. Okay, I'll just start. Let me start here. So if somebody sends money, the person will indicate. And okay, we go up. Okay. On the 22nd of February, because I've not read the name since that day, Brother Charles, you sent $30, and you said I think for lawyers, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at it. Is it lawyers or mountain race? Okay, then Sister Catherine, you send $100. Joshua can take note. This one was sent for mountain race. Sister Catherine sent $100 for mountain race. Then Sister Bridget, you send $50 for FACO. That's how you specified here. Sister Margaret A, you sent $50 for mountain race. Also take note. They have, you can be writing it so that you don't forget it, please. Sister, Mommy Judith, you send $50 on mountain race. Then brothers, La Vista, you sent $50. So what you got is that to stop the mountain race, brother La Vista. You have Sister Agnes, you sent $20. You say for Coupe Maninguba County, that's going to be sent. Then brother Jerome, you send $50. You said, is it for lawyers? I think we can't see any indication here. Then brother Hans, you send $50 for Fako Mountain Race. Then Sister Therese, you send $30 for Fako. Then brother Tambi, you send $50 for Fako. Brother Michael, you send $50 for Fako. And then let me see. Okay, going down, there is Sister Besem. Besem sent payment from Sister Besem. Besem, you send $50. I think, let me get it quite well. I think I've read Sister Agnes, $20 of Coupe. I've read that one. Where am I? I've read Jerome Hans. Okay, I'm at Besem. Besem, $50 for Fako. Then we come here. We have Brother Randolph. You send $100. Okay, I think that is where we end. If there's anybody whose name has not been read because it's been long, so you can object on this live show. My number is 202-390-2247. So if you have anybody that has sent money whose name has not been read, please let me know. Then there's one other woman who sent money to let me see, when was this one? For Joshua Carr. Okay, this one has been sent to Joshua Carr already. Mommy Josephine, your $100 that you sent. I think we were on phone with Joshua Carr and we sent to Joshua Carr already. I will call Mola Edwin because some people to send money to him. It's important to acknowledge. Let me call Mola real quick. I'll go to Mola Edwin. We should be ending this show soon. Fako Cash App New. Okay. So Mola Edwin, you're going to bring us you didn't hear yours, Jenny. What name did you use to send the Cash App? How much did you send, please? If you didn't get that. Oh, Mola? Yes. Yeah, you feel read that name for the other person saying you Cash App, but they live for Facebook now. I'm doing real quick.
Oh, I did the drive now. I did the drive. I get like 10 minutes for before go.
Unfortunately, you'll not be waiting 10 minutes. Please, guys. But if you get how many people they send for you, the name, you won't give me letter or something?
Right now, I don't know. Apart from the name we had, now just about 2 persons from that name will be read down. I think from Mr. Messi. Yeah, for America, yeah. Mr. Messi for America. I think it will support with $50. And then Mark Priska is support with $100. I think that the 2 persons that way they don't add from the list where we read at the last time. Yes.
Is it?
But,
okay.
So 5 minutes, I still get the list. I will still go over the list again. Because I almost get to my destination.
All right, no problem. So on our next show, we'll bring those lists. So anybody know here, please, you guys have a call for object on 202-390-2247. So it's important. So that way, give money. So much. God bless you now. Any other person, any other transaction we do with any person, you get right to come to Facebook. You bring the proof, you can show them, you talk on this platform so that will make sure say me no man not take your money, you know, give them for the purpose will be intended. So I think that's all. Thank you so much. And I want to see how successful county by county the work. So beg everybody to support the National AK campaign. We'll put the account out, the system. Everybody, all of you, we need one family, one AK, so that will not get all the kind of noise. So now don't see the real price of AK. The real price of AK is now $1,815 according to AGC. But we will even talk so we'll get average for $1,500. So thank God, God they always walk in a way where they try to empower our people to know the truth. So with that, God bless you now. Almighty watch from YouTube. Please share this video extensively because we want to make all man know say what people they come first. So we'll be very certain about always we don't talk. We like proposals that will come with or assist the interim government will be better. We also call on all our people, they understand say that IG now an institution, not be Sako issue, not be Chris Anu issue. If such a Chris Anu do like we get problem with TV, we can't talk them for the whole look and say be objective. And if Dr. Sako any issue or embezzlement there, we go after the audit, all we will stand for Facebook, we'll call them to order, and we'll make sure say president, just like for America, president not be bigger than the people. President just didn't get a mandate for the people, and if they put not one, say don't do something be wrong. All will get for be objective for condemn fraud and all of those. But for now, we never get any report of fraud, especially as the auditing committee never finish. So we'll get for wait for see what the audit go talk before we know. That's when I'll also react. But for me, I know say they don't misappropriate money for my trip to Boya because we never get the impact on the ground, not be commensurate to the money they don't receive, and that is my standpoint. But for now, I don't know how the money be used until I wait me the audit report finish. We welcome any step from the Constitutional Council or Restoration Council for bring an independent audit for Adam for audit Dr. Sako and the rest, because Dr. Sako not be appoint auditor for audit team. There will obviously be some small kind issues, and so me they bring independent auditor for that one will support our audit platform. All my will be reasonable. We no one fraud, it will support them. So God bless you now and bye for now. Bye bye and thank you people so much. And we are happy that you are out there. I want to say the information I get away put on reporter say that might catch it work at governor's office. Yes, but it not be advice of a governor. You get your own small position to work at governor office. So we don't ask me. The family take note for the live show. If anything happen on a brother, when I contact me, we'll follow legal action against the person we don't claim saying that they kidnap on a brother. Thank you so much and bye for now.